Insert card, I'm online. Sufficient funds
No
to swipe.
drugs. You gotta see a couple people doing transactions. Well, there, you making a couple $1,000 one day off from doing nothing.
Sufficient
Police and
funds
the
to
Secret
swipe.
Service conducted an overnight credit card fraud ring.
African boy, that's me. You won't catch me with no dead CC. I can be a local cash or switch it. I can be a local scammer.
So, how did you first hear about credit fraud?
Well, I was just going through the internet. At the time, I was doing a lot of coding for friends. And honestly, it didn't make money, just coding. Everyone says coding's a glamorous world. A coder that you know probably spends 12 hours a day making $20 off coding. It didn't make no money, so I thought, you know what, I'm fed up with this. My friend who was also a coder, probably at the time, he was coding a fraudulent Google Home Mini hack, where if you had a Spotify account, you'd get a Google Home Mini. And we started stealing people's Spotify accounts. Then we thought, you know what, let's step it up a notch. We're getting Google Home Minis to retail prices around about 25 USD. You know, you want to step it up a notch. So we thought, well, why do we not go straight carded? So, a few years of just heavy, dedicated research going into loads of basically.
According to the most recent Nielsen report, payment card fraud losses reached nearly $28 billion worldwide. The United States alone is responsible for more than a third of the total global loss, making America the most card fraud-prone country in the world.
The way you learn, you've got to get scammed. Regardless, you've got to go in. You've got to get scammed, and the scammers teach you information. Every single scammer knows something about what you're trying to achieve.
I think that one misconception often is that it will never happen to me. So like with any bad event, we always think it would never happen to us. So we don't take the proper security measures in place, even though we probably know what the proper security measures are.
The name of the phone is good luck trying to access it. There's about 1,000 phishing websites. I wouldn't test if I were you. I'm probably one of 100 people that have actually got access to it.
So imagine that you have a lot of something that is illegal and you want to sell it. You can't go onto Carousel and place a listing for your product that you want to sell. So the dark web's really filled that need. It's become a marketplace for where people can sell things that are illegal.
But this is just some of the stuff that's on here. And then it's got people's on guns for very cheap prices.
You can't have 100% security and also then have 100% privacy and zero inconvenience. We're going to have to make some choices.
A phishing email is when an attacker researches information about a subject, or sometimes they don't research information about a subject, and they send an email to a person trying to convince them to do a certain action. Phishing emails often have certain aspects to them, like they could have a sense of urgency to trick you into doing something that you might not have wanted to do. They could also have a sense of personalization where it calls you by name, or it even refers to a service that you're subscribed to, which increases the sense of trust and lowers your guard as you're receiving the phishing email. Threat actors can also use phishing emails to spread malware. They can also use phishing emails to collect your credentials through a fake login portal. There's tons of different ways that actors can phish you, so it's always important to be on guard when you're receiving an email from an unknown sender.
With how advanced technology are, you can't separate the real and the fake. It's as simple as that. Well, example. one that is a really big one right now. It's called One Vanilla Prepaid Cards, right? And they you use your money, your credit card, and you buy a prepaid card, which is basically a gift card, but has all the accessibilities that a normal credit card would have. But there's so many phishing websites of these, so they'll be in one-on-one identical. The link, it might even be the exact same, but you can't tell. It'll have like a hidden character or something. And what they do, you go to Google AdSense, you put $50 into it. $50 is enough to generate over 3,000 website clicks. So think about that, over 3,000 people. How many people are going to go on this phishing website, purchase one of these cards, and then get their credit card stolen, and the gift card that they've just bought? Happens all the time. And then with these vanillas, all you have to do is go onto an exchange website, buy a Bitcoin, and you're free to run away with someone's hard-earned cash.
When Ryan Brady walked up to this ATM, everything looked fine to the naked eye, but he had an inclination to check it out anyway, and it's a good thing he did.
So a credit card scammer, it's quite vast in America. You'll hear about it on the news quite often actually. It's where a device is either placed on top of the ATM card insert slot or actually inside it. What it does, if you've got a credit card now or whatever, you can look, you've got a black line, right? That black line is called a mic stripe. Basically consists of, it's basically a card. It contains your name, literally your account number, everything. So if you're able to read someone's mic stripe, you can copy that, then you can buy what's called a. And what you do then, you then write days that you've just sourced the mic stripe onto a blank card. But the problem is you've got now, you've got to know that PIN, which is why they target ATMs. There'll be a pinhole camera somewhere, or there'll be an overlay on top of the keypad. So at the same time it's reading your mic stripe, it's reading your PIN. And so it'll be sat at their home, or even in their car, and they'll be writing a clone card already to then go to the ATM.
Hi, my name is Aiden Hyman, and I'm a co-founder and CEO of ChainSafe Systems. And at ChainSafe, we're a 60-person blockchain research and development firm. Crypto is just another currency that, like the US dollar, is used for transacting a whole bunch of different things. Now with a blockchain, everything is immutable and everything is trackable and traceable. And so, objectively speaking, me handing you $100 is a lot more anonymous than me sending you $100 in Bitcoin. Large institutions, monopolies that have been propped up by governments like banks, are in a position where they see a lack of control as being their biggest fear. And with cryptocurrencies, the real people, anyone really, that wants to be a part in the security of a financial system is now the one in control. And so I believe this narrative comes as a way to create FUD, to really dispel the empowering benefits of cryptocurrency. We build systems, we build technology, open source technology that people are freely able to use for whatever means they want. And so I think it's important to understand that we do not condone any criminality, but that at the same time, just because the American government doesn't condone criminality does not mean people aren't doing things with the US dollar. People, not even governments, but people themselves have this assumption that they don't deserve these things, where in reality that's a completely naive perspective. You don't have to have anything to hide to want to feel the comfort of having the ability to freely discuss any idea you could ever want to discuss. I mean, it's a really big issue, regardless of if you have anything to hide or not. I mean, you have a right to privacy in your home, yet when you're on your computer, you completely forgo all of those rights. So yeah, I think it's really important to understand that there's a concerted effort to ensure that the status quo remains the status quo. And that it's not an accident, and it's one that should be challenged. And it's one that can be challenged without being a negative actor, with believing in people as a whole being more powerful than any one individual entity, government, actor out there.
Why is this so popular? Why are there so many people doing this?
Corruption. It's as simple as that. Your country, I see that they're striving off it. The UK, everyone sees it as a popular, rich country, right? And then you move away from London, you start going up north, you start to realise London is where all the businesses are. Why is that? It's because it's so popular, everyone's got money. Start moving up north the country. Everybody is working so hard at a normal day-to-day job that is making them a quarter of the pay rate of what they would do if they were living in London. So we're working twice as hard for a quarter of the pay. So when you're on minimum wage, you're getting worked out. How else are you meant to enjoy life? You've got to tend to crime.
Poverty is not natural. It is man-made, and it can be overcome and eradicated by the actions of human beings. And overcoming poverty is not a gesture of charity. It is the protection of a fundamental human right. The right to dignity and a decent life. While poverty persists, there is no true freedom.